Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2023. It's crazy to say that. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions and what is coming next year. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to start a new year. I have not done my New Year's resolutions list yet, but I wanted to talk to you about it. I just talked to my friend, and apparently I was being all up in her business last year, being like, oh, you should make a New Year's resolution, and you should write this down, and you should write that down, and I don't actually remember that ever happening, but it sounds like me. So I thought about talking about New Year's resolutions, and my sister is laughing behind the camera because it does sound like me. But I thought about talking about New Year's resolutions and how to write a list and how to think about what you want to manifest for the next year. I think it's quite a spiritual thing for yourself to do, and it's quite important for yourself to do. And I'll probably do that like tomorrow evening. Because I'm working still, and I'm working on Monday after New Year's as well, which, great. I'm not complaining. So, the most important thing in your New Year's resolutions list is, I think, to look back on the old year. It's really nice to write a highlight list of what you loved and which mistakes you made and which ones you don't want to repeat. A recap list of like, oh, this is what I loved and these are my highlights and these are things that made me grow but I do not want to repeat. So like an amazing list, and then the things that I don't want anymore list for the last year, for 2022. And then for 2023 it really helps to write down what you would love in general, like in your life, and then dial it down to these are my actual goals for this year. For me, it will be a lot about health. It will be a lot about how to be healthier as a student, because you're constantly on the go and you constantly have to do things, and how to be healthier while working as well. And how to have a healthy work-life balance, because I don't really have that. And I want to travel loads, and I want to make real connections, and I love people, and I think spending time with my family and friends and making new friends and welcoming new relationships and new love into my life, I think will be one of those things that I want to write down. And I want to develop myself more, I want to read more, I want to educate myself, and I want to be better in my studies. And it can be quite hard to welcome change and actually stick with the things that you want. And sometimes it's really hard for me when people ask how I stay consistent with the things that I do, because I don't feel motivated. Like when I have a goal, it's really not about motivation, it's about consistency, and you cannot wait every day to feel motivated, because you will probably not feel that way. Like I love my job, still not every day I wake up being like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like sometimes things are just work, and especially when you're at the beginning of something, it feels like shit to do those things, because you feel like a failure and you feel like you don't know how to do it. But every single day, I promise you, where you stay consistent and when you do those things, you will feel stronger and more competent in whatever you're trying to learn. And like this year in summer, I went to the gym for the first time, and I went there regularly every single week, 3 times a week, and it felt amazing. Like sometimes it's hard to stay consistent while studying, actually, because of my schedule and because of like how I live and stuff, but especially during my summer break, I took that time, I took that starting time to be okay with feeling like I'm at the beginning. And it's really important to embrace your beginnings and embrace just growing with your growth and growing with whatever you want. And it's okay to understand that something does not work for you as well. Take health, for example. If you want to change your eating habits and something does not work out for you, it's okay to change and pivot in the middle and be like, this is how I feel good. Your rules shouldn't rule you. You should intuitively just go with whatever feels right to you. But what feels right to you does not mean you should procrastinate. Procrastination is something else, and when you're honest with yourself, you know the difference between procrastination and actually changing something that does not work out for you anymore. For me, for example, I do feel very good being in the gym, and not going to the gym most of the time has nothing to do with me procrastinating. It has to do with me not having 28 hours a day, but 24. Like in some weeks, it does not fit in 3 times a week, and that is okay. I should not beat myself up for that, if that makes sense. So I think those are the things that are quite important to me when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Also, how did you feel overall this year? What happened with you emotionally? Not only the rational things of, I moved out, I got this job, I made this much money, but how did you feel? What type of friends did you make? Did you fall in love? Did you spend a lot of time with your family? Like those emotional things. Or what was your favorite book that you've read? When did you feel very comfortable in your year? I think those are very beautiful things to look back on, so you understand where you want to move towards. And having goals in general and then having goals for the year in specific is really helpful when it comes to that. So these are my tips for New Year's resolutions that I just monologued about, so I can do them myself because I don't have my list yet. It's Wednesday, it's not New Year's yet where I'm filming it, so I'm very much looking forward to a new year. I'm very, very thankful for every single person in my life and for everything that has happened this year, and for every single person that watches my channel as well or reads my articles. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and I love what I do, and I want to become better, and I want to become a better person as well. I think I want to spend more time with myself, just reflecting, and I want to spend lots of time with the people that I love, and I want to spend time traveling and writing and creating, and so mote it be. Happy New Year.